going on, PNP? This is Dave. My apologies. I had to start this bad boy up early today. I got a lot of things going on prior to kickoff, and I'm out of town, so I wanted to try to do some Q&A at least. There are a couple folks who are definitely going to be out. It's looking like the Dalvin Cook is definitely not going to play today. That makes Alexander Madison an RB2. Feel free to ask any questions about anybody else, but I think the rest of them are pretty much a no-brainer. We had some interesting questions in the chat in Discord this morning. So I'll go over those real quick and then I will take your questions. So let me pull up the Discord right fast. So we had Lamar versus Tom Brady. I said Lamar, Shepard, Jamar Chase, or Terry McLaurin. Pick one. I said Terry McLaurin over Shepard and Chase. I probably would the order for me would be McLaurin, Shepard, and then Chase, because I think Shepard is going to get a lot of opportunity today against the Atlanta Falcons. Running backs, it was DeAndre Swift, Mike Davis, or Miles Sanders. For me, it'll be Swift, Miles Sanders, and then Davis. The other one I had Madison, Swift, or Najee. Najee, Swift, Madison. Madison's going to be more of an RB2 than an RB1 today. Like he's good, but he's not Dalvin. So from that standpoint, you can take that what you wish with regards to that. And the other one was CD Lamb or Deebo Samuel, and I'm taking CD Lamb. So let's get on with your questions. James Robinson or Claypool this week? I'm taking James Robinson. Yeah, I'm taking James Robinson here. I think James Robinson's. I think Urban Meyer's finally going to utilize him today. Let me see, who does the Jags play today? The Jags play the Bengals. So I think there's going to be opportunity for game flow for James Robinson today. Let's see, Rodgers versus Wilson. Give me Russell Wilson. Madison or Gibson. Oh, that's hard. Who does Washington? Who does the team play? This is weird. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong schedule. Oh, I was looking at the wrong week, guys. Back to this real quick. It's still James Robinson because they're playing the Cardinals, so that's still game flow. So I'm not too worried about that. Rodgers versus Wilson. I knew Rodgers was playing San Francisco. Seattle is playing the Vikings. I still like Wilson is going to be a shootout. It's going to be in a shootout with Minnesota, and Minnesota's going to play desperate this week because they're 0-2. Madison or Gibson. Who does the team play? Give me Gibson. I'm nervous though. Baker or Danny Dimes. I like Danny Dimes today against Atlanta. Deebo or Mike Evans. Whew. Deebo, because the big dilemma I have with that is that I don't know, like I'm not sure who Jalen Ramsey is going to be guarding. Now Antonio Brown is out today, so if like whoever Ramsey's guarding, that individual is going to have a long day. If Ramsey's going to be guarding Godwin, or if Ramsey's going to be guarding Godwin, then you have an issue with you'll be fine with Mike Evans. But if Ramsey goes against Evans, it's going to be a long day for Evans. So just play it safe. Go with Deebo. Buffalo is good against the run, but but in my opinion, I think that they're going to probably try to run the rock with Gibson to keep Josh Allen off. Like if the game against the Bills get out of hand, then McKissick is going to ball. I still like Gibson Because I don't like. I think Madison's still going to be RB2 today. I don't think Madison's going to be more of RB1 today. We don't know, man. He could be on Godwin. PPR star 2, Williams, Hines, Henderson. Henderson's going to be out today. They're pretty much ruling him out today. They haven't officially said it, but he's pretty much going to be ruled out today. So he's out of the picture. So if Sonny Michel's available in your league, you can consider it. But Tampa Bay's got a pretty good run defense, so you got to keep that in mind too. So give me Javonte and Trey Sermon. Trey Sermon's the only healthy running back from San Francisco right now. Good morning. Adam Thielen or DeAndre Swift in a half-point PPR. Can't start both. Also, should I start D-Hop? Yes, you should start D-Hop today. You should start D-Hop every week. As for Thielen versus Swift, Thielen's going to be in a shootout, so I'm going to go with him. It's very early, man. I want to go to Stephanie's. If you know, you know. The more I think about it, I might agree with you. You know what? Play it safe, man. Instead of Gibson, go with Madison. He's an RB1 this week. He had 80%. Saquon Barkley's the RB1 this week. He had 80% of the snaps last week. He's got a much better matchup this week against Atlanta. Atlanta's not that good, man. They're terrible. I think we're going to finally get to see top 5 Saquon today, which I'm looking forward to. Miles Gaskin, Allison Madison. Give me Madison over Gaskin and Sermon. Brandon Cooks could be Brandon Cooks. I had him graded as a flex going to the season. He's probably still a wide receiver too. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. That was confirmed on Thursday with Carolina. I sat him and I'm kind of mad about it. He got 17.2 points. He got 17.2 points in half a point PPR. He got 20 points in full point PPR. So, and I'm mad at myself for sitting him. So he's a mid-tier wide receiver 2 with wide receiver 1 upside. Fournette or Pollard. I got him. Dallas is playing Philadelphia. And Fournette's playing the Rams. I'm still taking Fournette. I'll take Fournette over that one. Oh God, man. I still like Cooks over Debo for this point forward. And I know that's hard to say because I know Debo's a top 5 wide receiver in fantasy right now, but I still like Cooks over Debo long term. Because if you consider if Trey Lance takes over that job, that could change everything for the receivers for San Francisco. Brandon Cooks has proven that he can play with a good quarterback, a bad quarterback, not just this season, but any other season. Pollard or Robinson, give me James Robinson. Yes. Don't get cute. Yeah, you start Hopkins today. Why is everybody afraid of Hopkins today? Something I don't know. Absolutely, you start Hopkins today. Garbage points is still fantasy points, Slim. We saw that last week. We saw that on Thursday. Cooks got like 100 yards receiving with a garbage quarterback and a garbage offense. And because that offense is garbage, that means they're going to have to throw the ball. Those points count too. Sure. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know if I'll take that. I think I would keep Cooper. I don't know what's going on with Tannehill this year. Tannehill hasn't played that well. But if they've made the decision that they're going to be a Derrick Henry type of offense, then yeah, I'd rather have Amari. Oh, that's why people are panicking about Nuck. He's played through injuries, though. I answered this already. James Robinson. If DeAndre Hopkins gets 4 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. I think that's a good enough day for him, don't you? You'll be kicking yourself if you sit him and then he has that type of day and Rondell Moore doesn't do anything. James Robinson and James White for flex. James Robinson. I'm starting Titans today. Over the Rams defense against the Bucks. Only it doesn't even matter if Carson Wentz plays. I'm still starting Titans defense today. Carson Wentz out here sprained both of his ankles. So I'll be stunned if he plays the whole game. Hopkins is 50-50. But Hopkins plays through injuries, man. If Hopkins is active, you have to play him. All right, if that's the case, then yeah, if you have a mitigate, well, I mean, if you're that worried about Hopkins' injury, play Rondell Moore if you got him. But for me, I'm glad like I haven't been paying as much attention to fantasy like I would any other week because I've been out of town this week. But I will say this: if you have Hopkins and you have no viable backup in that receiver spot, you have to play him if he's active. But you need to go in and get ready for a mitigation plan if he just so happens not to play. But Hopkins plays through a lot, so I'm not too worried about it. But we'll see. Chuba over Royce, and it showed on Thursday. Chuba. It's looking like it's a grade 1, so that's a good sign for CMC. So he might not be out as long as we thought. It's less than a grade 1, so he might not be out as long, but he's definitely gonna be out next week. So if you need a running back, you need to get Chuba. OBJ, Gainwell, or Cephas in flex PPR. I'm taking OBJ today, man. Over those two, I'm taking OBJ. I don't know, man. Like I think they gotta use him today, man. I think the only concern I have today is that if you guys get too far behind, he might go with Hyde, but I mean, like they gotta use him today. I mean, we're talking RB2. White could be in the 30s. I mean, it all depends on game flow with the Patriots. The Patriots are playing. Who are the Patriots playing? The Saints. So it depends on game flow. It all depends on which Jameis shows up ultimately. I just hope they don't rush CMC back. Oh God, Aaron Rodgers is going to have a third string left tackle. Oh, this is going to be bad. This might be ugly. I might need to go find another quarterback this week. You start him every week. You start Tyreek Hill every week. I mean, they can't blanket him. Everybody can't blanket Tyreek Hill every week, yo. And today against the Chargers, they can't blanket him because in that case, Kelsey's gonna eat. Chase or Julio, give me Chase. A-Rob or Madison, I'll take Madison there. Yeah, White's consistent, but if he doesn't get in the end zone, it ain't gonna be that peachy. Like you take it, so like because the thing is, White has to get in the end zone from far away. He doesn't get those carries within the 5 typically. Oh, that's too cute, man. I don't think I'll do that, even though I could be wrong. But hey, that's too cute for my blood. I know this is Justin Fields' first start, but that's too cute for my blood, buddy. Way too cute for my blood. Hold on. I got Saquon, Miles, Madison, Trey Sermon, and DeAndre Swift. I can start any 3. Saquon is a no-brainer here. Give me Saquon, Miles, and Swift. Madison's close though, but I'm gonna roll with those three: Saquon, Miles, and Swift. I already answered that. Taylor and Harris, Cooper, pick 2. Harris and Taylor. When in doubt, go with your running backs. Marquise Brown or Allen Robinson. Give me Robinson. Robinson again over Boyd. Boyd hasn't really showed much so far, so give me Robinson again. CEH, Miles Sanders, or Kenyon Drake. God. Miles Sanders. He should. I think Chase is going to benefit more than him. And Allen Robinson is going to get all the targets. So, I mean, you know for a fact that Allen Robinson is going to be the target, is going to have to get the most targets for Chicago. You know that for a fact. There's not a question about it. Versus Cincinnati, where there'll be a debate on who's going to get the target share. So I'm going to go with the guy that's going to get the most targets. And that's probably going to be Allen Robinson. Mooney, Patrick, Corey Davis. Corey Davis. Corey Davis. Who Cincinnati play today? They play the Steelers too? I don't know if I want to do that. Waller every week. Waller every week. Waller is in a tier with Travis Kelce when it comes to tight ends. Everybody else is below that. Waller every week. I don't care the matchup. Waller every week. Mooney or Patrick? Patrick. Even Patrick, especially this week. You could start Hawk in the flex. Marvin Jones versus Allen Robinson. All those garbage points, man. They're so valuable. I'm still going to say Robinson, though. It depends who else he has, though. Like, I mean, it depends on who you have. Even though Hawkinson, man, it's looking like he's the number 1 receiver in Detroit. So, I mean, if Waller and Kelce are in the tier in their own, then Hawkinson's not too far behind. Only because he benefits from having all those targets. Hold on, get this one before I forget. Corey David and the Patterson or Corey David. Corey David. Davis, excuse me, Corey Davis. Sorry, I'm reading. Should I start Jonathan Taylor, CD Lamb at the flex? Taylor. Like, I'm going to take the running back over the wide receiver like 90% of the time, especially if I feel like that running back's going to get all the work or most of the work. I know Taylor's been disappointing, but you got to play him. I'm going to take Trey Sermon here. Standard scoring, I'm still going to take Trey Sermon here. Yes. Tampa's got a good run defense, man. They got a really good run defense. I mean, Harris is the starting running back, so he's gonna get the bulk of the work. I think the concern is that depending on game flow, it could turn it like you gotta be confident of the game flow of the game, right? Like because New England plays the running backs based on scenarios. They're like Damian Harris is the starter, but if the game gets out of hand, you're gonna see more James White. So if you think the Patriots are gonna be behind, then James White is probably be a better play. Oh boy, that's a good question. Madison or Tyson? Hmm. I'm going to take my chances with Madison getting all the work. So I'm going to go with Madison. You shouldn't have to worry about TDs being vultured by Latavius Murray. So I'll take Madison here. Appreciate it, man. I'm talking fantasy today, but I'll take a compliment from a Saints fan. So I appreciate it, bro. Adams, Hill, or Cup? Jesus. Today, oh, you got to play Adams. You got to play Adams. And if you got all three, why don't you play all three? Like, why are we making? Why are we trying to have these type of decisions? You should be able to play all three if you got all three. Like if you're making all them calls, you should be able to play all three. Give me Harris here. I mean, you should be playing all three of these guys. Adams is barely though. I mean, it's probably Hill's probably higher. Probably got a higher projection, but you should be starting all three of these guys. I don't understand. Like you're talking about all three of these guys are top five right now in fantasy. You should be starting them. That's a no brainer here. Um, all right, let's see. Sutton, Tyson, Gaskin, flex. Sutton. Denver's playing the Jets today, aren't they? Give me Sutton. Wait a minute though. You're playing Javante too, so you don't want to double up. For you, Tyson. No, I don't think this is gonna change. I think he's gonna. I think folks who are able to get Cup in like the fourth or fifth round got to steal. Steal. He might end up being a top five wide receiver at the end of the season. Kind of like Adam Thielen. Thielen could too. Like some of these guys aren't playing as well. Goes back to the whole discussion about how you want to draft this year, and whether you want to go RB versus RB wide receiver or wide receiver wide receiver. If you went wide receiver, you're probably hurting right now because I guarantee you don't have the folks that are sitting in the top five right now. You don't have two of them at least. Some folks have Cup and Thielen. Think about that. Some folks have Cup and Thielen. They're balling right now. Why did you start DJ Moore? Don't let your fandom get in the way. And it worked out this week, but some weeks it might not. You got to play your stud. Like, I'm not trying to say DJ Moore's not a stud, but I'm trying to say that Cup, Hill, and Adams are all ranked ahead of him. So you can't play more if you got all those guys. It's working out this week. You should be happy that it is. But sometimes it might not. And then you're going to be sitting, you're going to be mad at yourself because you're sitting there. I'm keeping Cup. If I have Cup, I'm keeping him. I'm mad I ain't got any of them, to be honest with you. Marquise Brown, Thielen. Marquise Brown, Thielen, or Marquise Brown? I don't know what you're asking. Thielen over both. Thielen over Brown. Full PPR, Swift or Madison? Oh, man. Woods has been kind of disappointing this year. Give me Swift. And then for your flex, give me Jones. I'm rooting for garbage time. Oh, if that's the case, I mean, I like Sutton. I like Sutton today, even though I'm afraid. I like Sutton today. That's a much better spot than you were before. Brown, Thielen, or McLaurin? Thielen. It's between Thielen or McLaurin. It's close, though, but I'm taking Thielen. Thielen's going to be in a shootout today. Yeah, I agree. You should trade for Cup, but you're going to have to pay a lot for him right now. His momentum is ridiculous. A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase, or A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase, or Sterling Shepard for my wide receiver, too. Oh, man. A.J. Brown has been so disappointing this year, man. I want to say Chase because I think that because of the fact that Higgins is out, Chase should get more targets. But God, man, it's hard for me to trust A.J. Brown right now. The right answer is based on projections is A.J. Brown, but I'm just so concerned. And the Colts have a good defense too. Oh man. I'm gonna say Chase. I think if you were gonna pull the trigger, you should have did it right after week 2. And I would have probably went for Saquon. That doesn't change the fact that you should have started your studs. Like if you got Adams, Hill, and the other guy you had Adams, Hill, you had 3 wide receivers that were better than DJ Moore. You got to play them every week. So what? You still got to play your guys. I mean, if you keep swapping like this, eventually it's gonna bite you, dude. If you keep you drafted your guys, you got to play your guys. DJ Moore's purpose is bye weeks with those wide receivers that you have, unfortunately. You shouldn't be trying to chase and get cute right now. But if you're going to keep changing wide receivers, it's not going to buy you much. You could still lose to this. You can still lose this week. Yeah, man. AJ Brown's been. Yeah, I got AJ Brown in the league, man. It's been frustrating, very frustrating. I'm trying to be patient, but it's getting hard. But I don't have somebody that I think that's worth swapping for him. I trust Sterling Shepard and AJ Brown, especially today. I trust him more. I'm not saying that Shepard is going to get more than AJ Brown this week. I'm saying that if I think Shepard is going to get me 10 to 15 points, I'm confident. But where I drafted AJ Brown, I need him to get me 15 and up every week. And I'm not confident he can do that for me. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we could talk about Underdog right now. I can go over some of the picks and look at what's out there in these streets. I mean, if y'all want, you let me know what y'all want to do. I do plan on trying to do an Underdog segment every week, and I'm probably going to use some of the numbers don't some of the data doesn't come out until later in the week, but I'll check and see what's out there on Tuesday, and then we could probably go over it during the fantasy Q&A on Tuesday because the numbers fluctuate throughout the week. And sometimes you can, and the numbers tend to be softer at the beginning of the week. So sometimes you can take advantage of that. Their defense is good still. How do you just pick up Cup? How do y'all not draft Cup? Oh, but it's a 14 lead. I guess that might make. No, it doesn't. Yeah, that's my thing. You start your studs. You drafted them, right? And I always tell folks this. You drafted your guys. There's no point in you trying to get cute right now after you drafted your guys. We're about to head into week 3. We're in week 3 right now. We out here not starting the guys you drafted higher, right? Unless there's an injury, you kind of need to play them. Like I just said, if you guys are in a risk, go with Chase over Brown because it's hard to trust Brown. But I'm starting Brown if I have him, only because I have to. I like Mike Williams today, man. I like him a lot, but Debo's probably the right answer, so I'm going with Debo. I haven't heard he isn't going to play. That would be devastating if he doesn't play. I'm about to change up all my lineups again if he doesn't play. Madison. Give me Madison here over OBJ and Pittman. Give me Madison here. All right, let's do some Underdog, man. I'm going to talk some Underdog real quick. So for those that don't know, we PNP just came into a partnership with Underdog Fantasy. It's a game of skill. I need to pull up Safari though. Hold on, let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, give me 1 second. All right. I'm gonna get there. Give me a second. I'm gonna get there. Hold on. Debo already in the lineup. Just want a confirmation. Yeah. I mean, Debo's hot right now. I can't blame you if you decide to roll with Debo. I hope I don't have to restart this to do this. Oh God. It's not gonna work for me, guys. I was gonna do a share screen. Can't do it right now because I have to it won't actually it might work. It might work. Y'all can see that, right? Nah, that's yards. That's yards. 45. No, that's yards, man. Gibson or Mike Davis PPR. Give me Mike Davis today. Oh, in PPR, neither is Gibson. They bring in McKissick for that. Still Mike Davis. I'm staying with Mike Davis. Gibson, Edmonds, Madison. Madison. Gibson and Edmonds. Actually, who's Arizona playing? Oh man, who's Arizona playing? Of course. 21. Oh yeah, give me Edmonds for sure. And give me mad as you know what? Screw it. I don't know what format that is, but Gibson and Edmonds, man. I'll take my chances with Gibson and Edmonds for that one. All right. Let me see here what we got going. Let's see what the pickups are looking like today. So let's give you guys a quick tour of this bad boy. So there's a couple games that you can play in this thing. Let me take this down so you guys can actually see the screen. All right, so there's a couple of games you can play. One thing you can do a draft, and I'm going to enter this after the show's over. So you pretty much it's a battle royale. You draft with 5 other players. If you score the highest points, you win $20,000, or you can win your money back depending on where you rank. But it's a draft type of thing. I'd probably do a couple drafts this morning. They're pretty fun. I did okay the last time. I lost a little bit of money, not too much, but I've had better luck with the pick'em than anything else so far. So the way this works, you pick whether or not these players go over under. So for example, if I think Justin Fields is going to get over 268 total yards, I would bet the over. And then, but you have to bet at least 2 to make a submission, to put in a you need to put it, you have to pick at least 2 to get a slip. Okay. So like I might do one. I'll do a live one real quick. So we got Justin Fields over 268.5 yards. I think he should be able to get that in garbage time and things of the sort. Since he's starting today, it makes sense. Typically I try to correlate with the game, but I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of neither one of these, to be honest with you, about Chubb, 80 rushing yards. Sometimes you get opportunities to get combines like rushing reception yards. I tend to like to go on those with over. For example, James Robinson is 69.5 rushing and receiving yards. That would be one I would like. I like Kyler Murray, 329 total yards. You know, if the game gets out of hand, that could be bad. Trevor Lawrence, 17.95 fantasy points. And by the way, here's my multiplier right here. So like, as you can see, because I picked 2, I get 3x. If I pick a third, like if I think that Trevor's going to get over 17.95, I think he has a shot to do that today, only because of the fact that it's going to be in a shootout fast, since Arizona's defense is not that good. So that'll be 6. So 3. If I get all 3 of these right, I get 6x. And if I bet $25. So, you know, if I bet 25, I win 150 if I get. But you have to hit on all 3. Austin Eckler's numbers went up, huh? Patrick Mahomes, 337 total yards. Then maybe I'll do another one. Oh, Mike Williams, 6 receptions. That went up. You know, do I think he's going to get 7 catches? Because that could end up being a push. If it's a push, then it'll just lower to the next one. That's even. Josh Allen, 305 total yards. I think he's against Washington. That's going to be hard. Now, why not? Let's see. Is there any other ones I like? Let's see what you guys are thinking in here. Najee Harris, 93.5. Oh, yeah, I'm taking that. I like that today. Against Cincinnati, I like that today. So I'm gonna submit this. So I got Justin Fields over 268.5, Kyler Murray over 329.5, Trevor Lawrence over 17.95 fantasy points, and Josh Allen over 305 total yards. So total yards is passing and rushing, and Najee Harris 93.5 rushing and reception yards. So I'm going to submit this ticket. If it lets me, there we go. And then you commit your slip. It's locked. You can't change it. And there it is. Here's my picks. If I hit all 5, I win $500 because it's 20 times your pay. So, you know, Taylor will get 85 over. He might. He could. That's possible. I want to get this. I want to lower this a bit. I want to do some unders. I haven't done too many unders in these streets. So let's do some. Let's do an under. Let's do some unders. What do you got? What are you guys feeling for unders today? Saquon. You start Saquon. Let's do some unders, man. Let's see if we can take advantage of some, because some of these numbers they get kind of crazy when it gets closer. I did a lot of overs for Justin Herbert already, but the number's been kind of climbing a little bit. 23.595 fantasy points. He didn't hit that last week. So I think, you know what? Let's have some fun. Let's do an under for that. We'll do an under for Justin Herbert, under 24. And another thing about this, you can also do this thing called rivals. So you select which one you have, which one you feel that's going to be the most. So if you pick, this is a pretty interesting one right here. Justin Fields rushing yards versus Kareem Hunt plus 14.5. You know what? I'm going to take the Hunt 14.5 there. That's kind of an under with Justin Fields, right? Let's see. Receptions, Mike Williams plus 1.5 or Keenan Allen. You know what? I'm going to take the Mike Williams there. Even though that one I would be afraid. You know what? I'm staying out of that one. I'm not going to do that one. I'm not touching that one. Reception yards, Travis Kelce or Tyreek Hill. But it's going to be Tyreek Hill plus 4.5 yards. So, for example, if Travis Kelce gets 100 yards, Tyreek Hill only needs 96 yards. Tyreek Hill needs 95 yards or less because of the 4.5, the plus 4.5. I think Mahomes is over today against the Chargers, but I could be wrong. I should probably do an under with the under run that I'm trying to do, but rushing yards, Alvin Kamara or Damian Harris. You got to pay attention to these too. There's some new ones in here. Rushing yards, Saquon Barkley or Daniel Jones plus 37.5. Boy, that's a lot. Daniel Jones likes to run the ball too. Let's look at what Daniel Jones has done. He ran for 95 yards last week. He ran for 27 the week before. So if you don't believe in Saquon Barkley, take Daniel Jones against Atlanta. There's the soccer down there. Michael Carter or Javonte Williams, rushing yards. These are some tough ones in here, man. Passing yards, plus 30 for Jameis. Rushing yards, Najee Harris or Joe. You know what? I'll take Najee here. Completions. Now, this is an interesting one. Taylor Heineke or Josh Allen? Ooh. Taylor Heineke or Josh Allen? How do y'all feel about this one? This one's interesting. I'll be honest. If you expect Washington to be behind, I think I'm going to take Heineke. Because if Washington's behind, they're going to have to sling it. So I'm going to take Heineke. And I'll go with that. I'll do that one. I picked her for the over. Let's see. They're taking down Fields. When they tend to change it when one thing gets leveraged on one end, they tend to take them down pretty quickly and make adjustments. You know what? Let's have fun. Let's do an under here and an under here. Let's see what and then we'll do a. And let's do an under there too. Let's do 3 unders of a bunch of folks that we think that might pull it. All right. I've had enough. I don't want to spend up all my money. I want to do a couple of drafts before the day for the night, for the day's over. So, all right. I'm kind of heavy on Mahomes over, especially earlier in the week because the number was lower. Heineke has proven himself. I agree, and McLaurin does love him. I agree there. But all right, man. Let's see. Let me go ahead and we'll remove that for now. Actually, you know what? Let's do a lot. You know what? I got time. Let's go back in here. Let's do a live draft. I'm gonna enter. I was gonna enter one of these contests anyway, so I can show you how one of the drafts work. So you can do a private draft, and I've been trying to fill a private draft, a $3 one, or you can do a battle royale, which is like a tournament. So you draft with 5 other people, and then but your lineup goes with everybody else's lineups, and whoever has the highest point total wins. And there's some pretty good prizes, just so you guys can have an understanding of the prizes. First place for this is $20,000. Second place is $10,000. All right, so it's based on fantasy points. So let's do a draft real quick so you can see what it looks like. All right. So all right, so now that the draft is filled, they'll do the picks, and then we go from there. So the draft is about to start. I have the second pick. It's a snake draft. Let me see if I can pull the comments over here. It's a snake draft. Yes. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm live right. No worries. No worries. I'm about to do a draft for the people, and then I'm about to go. Yes, this is just drafting for this week. This is just drafting for week 3. This is just the Sunday slate. And it also, yep, this is drafting a Sunday slate. I don't think it includes the late game, the 8 o'clock game. So you got to draft. What do I have to draft here? Let me see. I have to draft a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, and a tight end. I think it's 2 wide receivers, but we'll see. Oh, God, hold on. And this is Fast and Furious too, guys. I'm taking Kyler. If it lets me. Draft. Oh, I don't want Lamar, but it's fine. I took too long. I'm too busy trying to move everything to see your comments. But it's all right. Lamar's fine. I would prefer Kyler, but it's fine. Against Detroit, he should go ham sandwich. Yo, that time was moving, bro. You ain't got to tell me. Oh, let me do this. Oh, the tight ends. Oh, God. Give me Chubb. Well, the better question is, let's see here. I'll take Lockett. This team is trash. I don't think they're gonna do anything because I didn't really have a chance to get myself together. All right, so I gotta have 2 wide receivers and a flex too. Okay, so that's good to know. All right, well, give me Najee. Let's see. Give me. Oh, I want a piece of that. Give me Thielen. And hopefully, if all goes well, I can get this guy to link up with Lamar. I mean, sure, man, but Jesus. I mean, if you're not a believer in the injury situation, then yeah, go ahead, go for it. Oh damn, Mark Andrews is about to go. Oh, he took Pitts. Oh yay, I'm going to get Mark Andrews because they're not going to take 2 tight ends. At least I'll get the correlation. Even though Andrews has been disappointing, I ain't gonna front, but at least I get the correlation. Yeah, that worked out in the end. I got Chubb, Harris, Lockett, Thielen, and Mark Andrews. I guess if my fancy team is trash, my actual season-long fancy team is trash, I'm gonna be trash. But can't be mad at that. All right, I'm gonna do a couple more. Probably do 2 more, maybe 3. Maybe I put my. All right, that was fun. Even though I had to get used to the interface, I'm used to the one on the phone, not the one. And the one on the phone, the one on the phone works great because you can just slide your guy that you want. You just swipe for the guy you want, so it's quick. But on the one on the app on the desktop, you gotta. I've never done it on the desktop. Yeah, but it's just for this week. So now that was cool. All right. Um, so Tyler, back to your question, man. Um, if you really need, if you want the draft capital that bad, I'll say go for it because at least Chubb will be there long term. And he's been relatively healthy versus CMC over the past couple of years. But just keep in mind that you're losing CMC. Like CMC will be projected the number one running back in fantasy for the next 3 or 4 years, even with these injuries. So because whenever he plays, he's a 25 to 30 point guy, whether we're winning, whether Carolina's winning or losing. No, you keep Cooper and CD in your lineup. All right. This has been fun, guys. Once again, I apologize that we couldn't go over an inactives, but we did do some underdog fantasy. I might, if I have time, I might try to hop in 30 minutes prior, but I don't want to promise that. But with that being said, it's been real, guys. You guys have a good one. Good luck today in fantasy. Good luck in your daily fantasy. Good luck in underdog. And have a great day, folks. And always remember, keep pounding.